You're listening to the Boldcasters.
This is Boldcastify, the bold new way to podcast, with your host.
My name's Jay.
Hello.
I'm Justin.
Welcome to the Boldcaster Show, episode 15.
The first show post Irma, so we're going to still keep it All Duval all the time, but obviously with it being post Irma, things are going to be a little different, abbreviated, because a lot of things have been wiped out due to the storm. You've got a lot of event cancellations, a lot of things have been moved, some things we're still keeping. It's a lot of chaos throughout the city. There's still a lot of people without power right now. These are things people are struggling with, but we'll get back to the topics after a while. But we want to catch you up on what's actually happening in Jacksonville and be real. Because we were going to talk about Duval. Obviously, we can't talk about Duval.
Yeah, obviously, our Wolf ball release was not happening.
Yeah, it's postponed. They're doing that this weekend, right?
Yep, 19th.
That's not as bad as some things. Some events have been either straight canceled or moved back more than a month.
4-year anniversary of some of the best beer in Jacksonville.
I'm looking forward to that.
It should be a lasty. I mean, it wasn't an overall crazy storm by any means.
I'd say you probably have some different opinions on that.
It had its ups and downs.
It definitely did. The storm itself, it was definitely something.
Knocked off a few shingles, but we made it out alive.
We did. That's true.
Without power, but we did make it out alive.
Yes, and we are one of the fortunate ones to have power now.
The only time I'm glad I don't live in Riverside.
Yes.
I love Riverside. And that my goal is to end up over in Riverside at some point.
Just with a garage.
With one of those inflatable barriers that Houston guy had.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's the way you do it.
Luckily, not everywhere in Riverside is low-lying. There are some high spots in Riverside, because we never had any flooding issues where I grew up. Yeah, to kind of break it down to a few people that aren't from the area, we're in Jacksonville, greater Jacksonville area. For anyone that doesn't know, Florida, I mean, how can you not know? Florida was hit by a Category 4 hurricane in the southwestern side, near Marco Island. We were expecting the storm to take a turn to the northwest. With the original expectations, it was going to hug the Gulf Coast of Florida, up to Tampa, St. Pete, all that good jazz, up towards Tallahassee. And lo and behold, it took pretty much a due north route, taking itself straight up the state, inflicting damage through the entire state, and took itself through Orlando and parts of Gainesville. And of course, by this time, it was weakening gradually. It was barely a hurricane, then of course dropped to a tropical storm.
But we got all the rain.
Oh yeah, we got the rain. And the storm surge. Yeah, the original estimation was double-digit storm surge near Punta Gorda, Marco Island, Port Charlotte, Naples, all that stuff. But it didn't happen that way. So it had to go somewhere. And instead of going to southwest Florida, they came to northeast Florida. They also estimate that the storm surge was equivalent to what we would receive in a Category 3 hurricane.
Yep. And it really kind of saddened me, but at the same time, it made me kind of happy to know that the people of Jacksonville, crap goes sideways. People of Jacksonville, they come together in a big way. I know a lot of the places that I frequent in Riverside, San Marco, they immediately, the day after the storm, they were posting on Instagram, cleanup day here, cleanup day here, cleanup day here, cleanup day here. And then 2 days later,
people are already out there.
People are already posting pictures of the parks being clean, Riverside being clean, cleaner than Riverside already is, because we all know we've lived here for a long time.
People don't keep up with the parks here.
Yeah, people don't
By
keep
people, I mean the government.
No,
government does not keep up.
No one does, really.
No one does. So these parks now look better than they did before the storm.
And then you had stuff like Candy Apple was giving away some free food.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just a place with air conditioning to hang out.
Which was definitely much needed. Yep. And the Prime Osborne opened up its doors for people to come in, charge their phones, get some cold air. Much needed cold air if you don't have power, obviously. And a few of the Ys opened up, so it would give something for kids to do since school was out.
So, I mean, there were a lot of silver linings through a bad situation, which it kind of made me happy knowing that when we really come together. We put aside our differences and come together and get crap done.
Which is really good.
Yeah.
It shows a lot of what you see in this community, a lot of positives. Because, I mean, it kind of brought a lot of things to reality when you're looking at it. I mean, you saw it first in pictures when I woke up, because honestly, I slept through the storm somehow pretty well. Woke up, no power, we saw the fence was down, we saw minor things around here. I mean, we didn't know how bad it was. Still, the wind was whistling. After that, went to my parents' house, checked on them. Then we went to a couple of friends' houses, checked on them. And we just started, honestly, checking on everyone we could come across just to see how they were doing. Because, honestly, it was just that bad out. You just didn't notice it until you got out there. It was bad. And to be honest, pictures don't even tell half the story. But, I mean, just standing there and seeing, like, 60% of Memorial Park underwater. And the white caps and the waves and just the wind blowing. It's just, the Riverside Avenue was literally the river. It's reality. It puts a lot of things into perspective. In some cases, the water well past Riverside Avenue and
San Marco is still there as of today, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of water through San Marco.
Yep.
The water taking up most of downtown. I mean,
yeah.
It's just hard to fathom these things. Springfield, full of water. I mean, these places you've come to know and love, you would never expect to even see them like this at all.
Yeah, and I mean, San Marco and Riverside, it kind of happens anyways.
Right, but not to this extent.
Not to the extent of...
No, it was a perfect combination of, like, the storm hitting, where, like, right after the nor'easter we got, plus high tide, it was, like, absolute worst case scenario for that.
And, of course, you have a north flowing river, and you're getting all that water from Orlando, too.
Yeah, so Memorial Park got super, super wrecked.
It did, along with a lot of houses on the riverfront right there. It's definitely a kind of a reality-setting moment. I mean, you still have the Wells Fargo building out of power. And there's some talk that it could be months before they get power back, because all their electrical, everything for the building, was in the very bottom basement. And that obviously got the water.
Yeah, but...
That's like the third, fourth tallest building in town?
Yeah, and supposedly they gotta wait till the water recedes, because I guess the water's still into the basement. I guess that's where the...
Yeah, the generators are underground for a lot of these buildings downtown.
So that's why they... That's why it's taking a little long time to get the electric
I mean, if you didn't have a water pump that worked well enough, you couldn't run your business. So.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But just some of the images are just kind of surreal when you think about it and you look at it. It's just wild and kind of surreal. I mean, just even now, I mean, JA still has 60,000 people out. And that's not even getting to Clay Electric and
Clay Electric's
FBO.
in way worse shape than JEA.
Oh, yeah.
Because Clay Electric had a plant that was underwater. So it's just like that whole area. Clay County got it
pretty rough.
Got it worse than they ever thought they would.
Yep.
And a big part of that is due to Black Creek, of course, as always. And my boss, he lost his dock. He had a part of his carrier for one of his boats. Part of that was left. His dock's gone, but then he acquired two others' docks on his property.
Sounds like a win.
Yeah, one step backwards, two step forward.
That's a win. There you go.
I know somebody in Black Creek that just completely lost their house.
Yes, me too. I know quite a few people that live out there. They are going to... A lot of people are going to sell.
Can't say I'd blame them, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they say...
Don't live on Black Creek.
Well, what they say is there was never... It's the deregularization thing. They built a lot of these homes without the...
Regularization?
Yeah. Without the, the proper drainage. When you build on a creek...
Yeah.
You're going to run into problems.
Yeah. Even as a libertarian, you got to have some regulation.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
So...
It's definitely not ideal. The whole thing. And
then right near Aurora, I know we're getting super local.
That'll be the west side of Orange Park.
Yes, that whole stretch back against the country club, that whole back stretch against the water flooded about 3.5 feet.
Yep,
it's crazy. It's bad.
Pretty much, to break it down and make it very simple, if you could think of any tributary of water, any piece of water, from the St. John's to any small little part of tributary, because I even went past a creek that I used to mess around with as a kid that was always very shallow. Willow Branch Creek, over in the Riverside area. It was up to the street. It looked like a raging river. First time I've ever seen that in my life.
Even McGirt's Creek, like Argyle's got a tiny creek. It's very tiny. It still messed up some houses.
Yep. And even our local watering hole here, Brewer's Pizza, I guess the back got flooded.
Yeah, the back turned into a lake.
Yeah.
But,
and of course that was due to McGirt's Creek being next to the place. I mean, they didn't actually have any damage themselves, but the back parking lot had some water.
It needed to be clean, so
yeah, that's probably good.
Kind of a win.
But I feel bad.
It's not a win for that car.
Yeah, that guy's car. And then apparently someone on TV, some local station, went through while they were in a canoe and opened some dude's car.
Why?
I guess maybe they thought someone was in there, but just decided to open someone's car, like, hey, are you in there? And there went all the water rushing inside. So if your car wasn't already messed up, you just must mess it up the whole way.
Yeah. Well, I guess
flood that sucker up.
I guess at that point you're getting an insurance claim anyways. Hopefully,
it's like you see a bullet wound and you just like putting your finger in it, like
oh yeah, let's just dag at that sucker. But I don't know, not to harp on it too much, but this is a little different than what we normally talk about. But it just shows the reality and what we've gone through in the city. And I can't really say us, but there's a lot of people that are still going through it. There's some people that are estimating they're not getting power in the area for a couple of weeks now.
My folks got their power back today, fine.
So did mine. Mine just got theirs back today also.
But my boss, she's still without power.
Yep, so
she lives out in Middleburg?
No, she made the mistake of living out near the country club. And her and a certain part of the country club are going to be without power for a bit.
Oh, yep. Because I believe, once again, the wires are underground and the water's still over the wires.
That's a problem. That doesn't sound like it's a good mix.
That's a win.
Yeah. There's a way to make it work, though.
Yeah.
Because your alternative is like River Road, they could bury their power lines. Or they could leave them where they are in the middle of a bunch of trees.
Yeah. There's only so many ways you can do it, I guess. But I have like the one boss who's obviously on Black Creek. Knock on wood, he's got his house good, but he just got power back yesterday. Somehow. I've got
a couple of coworkers at my job that are going to be without power for quite a long while.
And our big boss is in Avondale. And he does not have power and does not plan on getting it anytime soon.
Yeah, nature's a real serious equalizer.
It will knock things back and make you appreciate the little things.
Like AC.
I saw a tweet where a dude lives like down the block from Lenny Curry. His power is out. Lenny Curry's power is out. Just because you got money don't mean that you got this problem fixed immediately.
Nope. JEA does not take any preferential treatment.
No, they don't.
Persons.
Which for some reason people still do not believe. Some people just feel like they're being left in the dark out of spite.
No, they don't.
No. They broke levels that have not been seen since 1846. And that's because that's probably when they started taking records, I'm assuming. Just a guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
But, all right.
But at least they started getting back to business. Things have started opening up. So we're starting to get some kind of normalcy.
Yeah. There are a lot of...
If you need any more details on this, we've been posting information and some stuff on the Instagram. You can find on Facebook. And like shelters, numbers, and that kind of details. And power outage numbers. So let's kind of get back to normal, what we're talking about here.
Yeah, there is a football game. And the night before, there's going to be a concert series.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Not this time?
No. But next time.
Yeah, next time.
We'll get him next time.
Really?
Something Bowen. I don't know.
I imagine it's probably not happening due to the fact of the...
Oh, what's her
problems.
face? Had to cancel her concert this weekend because of the hurricane. But going forward, we'll have the concert series, which is officially announced this week for Daly's Place before every Jaguars home game.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
I was more than likely going to go to that concert.
Oh, were you?
Saturday night. But I'm not now. Well,
were you really going to go to that concert?
I don't know. Now that I don't, now that I know it's not happening,
I'm just gonna smoke a pork shoulder and get myself hyped for the Jaguar game.
by listening to bad country music.
No, Evergreen Terrace.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right, I can go with that.
Evergreen Terrace and Limp Bizkit and Florida Water.
So was it like Claire Bowen or whatever that was supposed to do it?
Claire Bowen.
Okay. Because Symphony Orchestra, or Jack Symphony, is supposed to do it on the 14th of October. And Colt Ford, November 4th.
So,
And that's all that's been announced that I know of right here.
no Evergreen Terrace yet.
Or no Florida Water yet.
I imagine we can see those probably.
All right, good. I hope so.
But these are all the ones that are supposed to be just before the game.
Those like Kings of Dirty South hip hop festivals,
Right.
that roll through. They need to grab one of those.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, give me Mystical before a Jaguars game.
I can get down with that. Some
yeah.
a little dirty south, yeah. I'm all down on that one. Get me going. So obviously with the flooding, Calford Chop House got a little damage in there. They said they're having to clean that up and do some stuff in there. So minor stuff.
Luckily, they fixed their foundation before the hurricane hit.
Yeah,
That's a plus.
Because it was seashells before. It was literally seashells.
Well,
Whoa.
I'm glad they made that adjustment. I'll be honest.
business foundations have made changed a lot in the
Yeah.
last 100 years.
Yeah.
So there's
Seashells.
serious
It's
advancements.
probably a good idea they made that change. I'm gonna be
Serious
honest.
advancements in modern buildings.
And luckily, the trio was a couple blocks up, or else they'd be done.
Yes, they would be really, really messed up.
But they're fine.
So we still got our. What we're talking about is a group of buildings that are still been abandoned for about 40, 50 years.
For about another month.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because they've got actual
they've got life
permits.
coming.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. They actually drew permits to do work on the barnet.
So is this? Can we archive another episode? And is this the same thought process, like the hotel, the high-end dining establishment, and then like the
This one's not going to have a
business
hotel
park?
in it. This one's going to be apartments, office space. There's going to be a bank downstairs and a restaurant.
on one side?
The hotel's across the street in the trio. Not the Barnett, though.
Okay,
But yeah, it's happening.
that's pretty rad.
Barnett happens first. Trio happens not even a year later.
I like it.
So they
really good.
have 5 years to finish everything and have it up and running. Which sounds like a long time, but the time it takes to figure out
Retrofit the whole
asbestos
thing.
and fix like faulty structures and yada yada yada, it's going to be a long, long haul.
Right.
But the money's there, and
That's good. At least the money's there. That's
Yeah.
a plus.
It's going to actually happen, which is exciting.
Man, I'm stoked. Oh yeah, Amazon I believe is opening on the north side. They're finally opening the facility.
So maybe instead of my 3-day shipping that like they promise all the time, and I get it 4 days later, maybe I actually get it in 3 days.
If I push that tide button, I want a robot. I want a drone dropping that thing off of my door in the hour.
That would be amazing. I'm ready to
Right.
see drones. I just don't trust on the west side.
I'm not actually ready to see drones. I've seen Terminator 2.
Yeah, Skynet.
Yeah,
It sounds cool.
It's
but
literally Skynet.
It is.
Don't they
Skynet's gonna come after us.
inevitably start controlling us?
Terminator 2 3D.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been on that attraction, Universal Studios Florida.
A long time ago.
Also, breaking news, that's closing. But in the ride, there's a little drone that's
I
flying
think of all the
around.
good rides.
There's a little drone flying around that's trying to kill you.
Like Jaws,
Yeah.
Jaws is gone.
Twister wasn't really a good ride.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, hands down.
Back to the
Kong.
Kong's back to.
Well, it's
They-
not
they
the
brought
same.
Kong
It's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
It might be better, but I don't know.
Nostalgic.
I don't know because I haven't been on it.
Neither
But
am I.
yes, there are drones in the Terminator 2 ride trying to kill you.
Huh. I don't think I ever noticed them.
Did not know that.
But this week is about a week of rebuilding, and So there really isn't much going on.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. A lot of things have been relocated, like the Bruval, that got moved to October. No, sorry, actually.
The Art Walk.
Art Walk, that's another thing. I appreciate you saying that. Today was supposed to be Avondale Art Walk, as it is on the second Thursday of every month. It's been basically, they said it was postponed, but it actually was canceled. The next one's going to be next month.
Rebooted. One Spark took a break from, like, this was supposed to be the week where you, like, creators were able to sign up. They had to take a break from that, making it a tighter window for them to make One Spark happen.
Right.
And
that's
make it
going to make
relevant
things a
again.
little more condensed.
Be interested to see if they pull that off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested. What do y'all think about the upcoming One Spark
It's kind of missing the point.
being in the core?
I think the most effective One Spark was not the last one, but the one before.
Oh yeah, when it took up the whole
And it's just the way it helped you dream about downtown. It gave you what downtown could feel like if stuff was happening. And I saw a lot of folks who never go downtown, venture downtown, and were dazzled. Like, it gave people that image of, like, what Jacksonville could be. And you go put that in a football stadium, it doesn't really do that the same way.
No. Even if you put it within Daly's place, it's not the same. I mean, it's got potential. It really does for what it's doing, but not the same. It doesn't feel the same.
No, it's not the same potential. I don't even know the reason behind it. Well, actually, I do know.
Well, you know what the reason is.
But
It's better for the creators.
Right.
Because
It's definitely better for the creators.
It'll give more focused attention to them.
Right.
But with, the general public, you're getting less eyes on your stuff.
Yeah. And
The crowds that came out for
food
One
trucks.
Spark. Crowds that came out for One Spark were crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was like a super mega, as we just spoke about, art walk.
Yeah, Turbo Art Walk.
But it was delightful for the core.
Yeah.
You had so much energy, and it brought so much to many city blocks that did not get the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I wish we'd had more of that.
Yeah, I think that to make One Spark successful, it has to make you dream what if for Jacksonville. And so I like that. I hope they find a way to recapture that.
absolutely.
I agree 100%. Catch up on a few things. Well, not really catch up, but there's a few things coming up. You have Taco Takeover with the food trucks. That's going to be out at the Academy Sports on Atlantic Boulevard. So
Is that just like one of the only spots zoned for it? They get all of the
They do
food
get
trucks.
a lot of it, but it is a nice wide green space.
And there's a big stretch if you keep going that direction on around Kernan. Is it near Kernan?
Yeah, I think
Atlantic
so.
and
Yeah,
and
that's
there's
like
not a whole lot of
Central.
restaurants or anything besides subdivisions once you
Right.
start going a certain way. So
Yeah,
maybe
that's-
it's just you
that's
got less
generally right
restaurants
there,
bitching about them.
That's probably what it is. I mean, because
Probably.
if you look around, there's nothing there except for like a Belk's, the Academy, and like a 7-Eleven. So that makes sense. The 23rd, you have Lauryn Hill and Nas coming in. So there's your throwback to the 90s, gentlemen.
Whoa.
And as you were speaking about the cleanup crews, there's a cleanup for the Murray Hill Association and for Riverside Park this Saturday.
Cool.
If anyone wants to help participate with that. And there's really not too much 'cause since everything's being moved. I mean, everything keeps getting postponed and postponed and postponed. A lot of things have been pushed back.
The Budweiser Oktoberfest is still going to go as planned, but
That is.
there's that.
Well, that's good. Because isn't that going to be... When is that? Because I know there's an Oktoberfest, and actually, that reminds me, there's an Oktoberfest at Ancient City Brewing that they're doing, I want to say this week.
If you're not going to do on a full-on Oktoberfest, at least have a special release for your Oktoberfest beer.
Well, I think that's what it is. It's like they have like a food truck and like a small beer release.
I'm going to let you in on a truth about how little of a beer snob I actually am. I don't know if I've ever had an Oktoberfest I didn't like.
That's fair enough.
I'm sure there are bad ones. I've never had one I thought was bad.
You can go with that.
I might be basic, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest is the safest of bets.
Oktoberfest is usually pretty good. You get your pumpkin beers.
Yeah, and it's pump season.
It is pump season. It is. Damn, everyone's already got the pump season. Already, everywhere. I mean, you look around, it's all over the damn place.
Jason's a pumpkin beer connoisseur.
He loves pumpkin.
I love pumpkin. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin beer, pumpkin muffins.
That pumpkin bar thing from earlier?
Pumpkin bars.
That's pretty dope.
Pumpkin bars?
It's like mostly cheese. Cream cheese frosting.
It's just anything with pumpkin, and I know I'm probably going to get blacklisted from every beer trading group I'm in right now.
Yeah.
Because beer trading purists hate pumpkin. And I don't understand, because I think it makes beer taste much, much better.
Me and Jason made pumpkin old fashions this week.
That's interesting.
Which was an experience.
Which was the first one was not that great, but the second one,
because we were just trying to get the pumpkin juice, squeezing the pumpkins.
Yeah, that was a little challenging.
Work hard.
That's interesting.
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Why not? Especially this way.
Pumpkin juice, cider, bitters, bourbon. Preferably a pumpkin spice bourbon. Is that a thing yet? Oh, dude, I need a pumpkin spice fireball. Do they have that yet?
No.
Ew.
Oh, I need that.
I don't know about pumpkin spice fireball, but
I know I need that.
Whew. Just a few more last things before we wrap this sucker up. You also have a big football game if you like high school football over at Trinity tomorrow night. And that is
the Battle of the Rich Kids.
Battle of the Rich Kids.
Yeah.
Trinity Bulls getting it on.
JK, all the kids on the field are playing with scholarships.
Yeah.
Or doing Florida virtual.
I don't think they have Florida virtual for bowls.
I don't know about that, but
They do.
But we should put a poll up on the website. Like
that's a good idea.
Not Trinity Bowls. That's
I would
that's
like
good
that.
and all.
I would do that too.
I
want you to do a poll. Pumpkin spice fireball. Good idea or great idea?
I can go with that too. That's pretty solid take.
You can follow it up with a Bowls Trinity one.
And that's pretty much it for this week. Unfortunately, guys, it's a pretty abbreviated Boldcasters because half the city is still shut down and flooded or out of power.
Not Sunday, though.
On Sunday, come back to us and listen to the Circle of Proud because Sunday, there's something going on Sunday. Because Sunday, the city is going to be lit for the 1-0 Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on the 0-1 Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
At Everbank Field. This place is going to be rocking.
In Duval County.
Yes, in Duval County. I am stoked. We're all stoked. Can't wait. So, until next time, let us know what your thoughts are. We'll be back with you next week with more happenings in the city of Jacksonville. Think bold, be bold.
If this is your first time listening, then thanks for stopping by. This has been a Boldcastify production and is produced just for the people of Duval and beyond. Also, show notes and upload dates are found at boldcastify.com. Come back often and feel free to add the podcast to your favorites on Spreaker, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Boldcastify. All links are on social media. Think bold. Speak bold. Live bold. Boldcastify.
Irmageddon.
If this is your first time listening, then thanks for stopping by. This has been a Boldcastify production and is produced just for the people of Duval and beyond. Also, show notes and upload dates are found at boldcastify.com. Come back often and feel free to add the podcast to your favorites on Spreaker, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Boldcastify. All links are on social media. Think bold. Speak bold. Live bold. Boldcastify.